Hey everybody, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and I'm back today with weekly update number 11. I want to try to get this one done. It's a relatively short video this week, hopefully. So let's get right into it with the week in review. This is the part of the video where I talk about what's been going on here in the warehouse and all that stuff. So first off, this has been a very busy week for me. It's been kind of crazy. The weekend right after New Year's, I don't know, things just kind of blew up. I don't know if it's the stimulus checks coming out. I don't know if it's something I'm doing right with marketing the past week that I have to analyze and figure out how to replicate. But tons of orders, which is an awesome thing. Tons of stuff coming in. Got a lot of stuff that will be restocking this week. Trying to hire somebody and working through all that stuff. So just a lot of stuff going on. So speaking of that, one of the reasons I want this video to be short this week is I'm actually going to be interviewing people starting tomorrow. I'm shooting this on Wednesday instead of Thursday to kind of open up some of that time. But I'll be hopefully interviewing candidates, and fingers crossed I find somebody that fits the criteria, and will be a good candidate that I can make an offer to maybe early next week, if not by the end of this week, which would be a great thing. I really need the help. I was packing all weekend, packing all day Monday, a lot of packing yesterday. A lot of packing, a lot of stuff to do, and it'd be great to have a little bit of spare bandwidth for all the other stuff that I'm neglecting. I also mentioned Restocks. We're running out of space in the warehouse, or at least that's how it feels. I'm constantly shifting things around in the warehouse. Inventory, a particular item starts getting low on stock, so I'll move it to a spot where I've got a little bit less space to make room for something that's coming in fresh. And I feel like I need to do that a lot right now. And should a huge order show up, I'm kind of in trouble. So I'll hopefully be adding shelves in the next couple weeks. Had the same exact problem actually with tools. We've got God Hand in this week, which I'll be talking about later during the restock section of the video. And so we've got this rack with all these little bins, and in those bins I put small items, sanding sponges, chisels, those kind of things that are small items, because it makes it easy to find the right item. And I pretty much run out of bins, and it's the same thing there where I end up shuffling bins as things run out, and it's getting a little cramped over there. I actually had to take a whole shelf and just cover it in boxes for God Hand stuff. So I'll hopefully be getting more bin racks too. It's crazy watching as inventory ebbs and flows, and as things grow, how much space is already starting to deplete. And in some ways, I feel like I'm going to outgrow this space well before the lease is up, which is kind of scary, but maybe a good thing. We'll see. But let's move into the next section of the video, which is restocks. So this week I mentioned we've got a bunch of restocks. We got a few new kits to the warehouse, and a bunch of restocks in as well, including God Hand. But first off, just a couple random items here. The new Lord Astray double rebake. I don't know, is it supposed to be pronounced in English or in Japanese? But that one's in, brand new release. We've got some more build diver stuff, the fake new unit. And this one will be popular because it's Origins, the Origins high grade RX-78, just to name a few. We also got in a ton of God Hand stuff. So God Hand Ultimate Nippers, the SPN 120s. We've been out of stock of those for a while. They usually go pretty quick, but they're pretty much the best, or at least highest quality, and you pay for it, but highest quality nipper on the market. So worth checking into those if you've been waiting for some. Restocked all the sanding sponges and the like, and also added a lot more selection from God Hand. I don't think we have everything that they make yet, but we've got a much larger set of God Hand tools. So if you haven't looked recently, or even if you have looked recently, if you haven't looked today, you should look again if you're a God Hand fan, because we've got a lot more stuff from them. Let's move on to Q&A, so I get this video done and I get back to everything else I need to do around here. Okay, first question. Son of War asks, I was wondering, how does restocking work for gunpla, as I'm interested in the MG Psycho Zaku Verka, and was also wondering if or when you will get that kit in stock? This is a good question. I feel like I answer this a lot for a lot of people, but it's worth re-mentioning because it might help people that are either new to the channel, new to gunpla, understand how a lot of that stuff works. So gunpla is produced in batches. They don't make everything all the time because they've got these big injection molding machines, and they basically have to change over the molds and retool the machine every time they want to make a different kit, which is, as you can imagine, a potentially time-consuming process. And so they make one kit, then they switch everything over, they make another kit, and they kind of have some sort of schedule based on demand and demand and need to produce different kits. Some kits are produced perhaps every few months, other kits are produced every few years, and everything in between. More popular kits obviously get produced more frequently, less popular kits get produced less frequently. But it's hard to predict what's going to get manufactured. So in terms of restocks, you never really know when something's coming back, but more often than not, things are coming back. So if there's something you really want, with a few limited exceptions, it probably will show up again in the next year or two. And so it's probably not worth paying inflated prices on the secondhand market to get that kit unless you really absolutely need it now. The MG Psychozaku Verka, I know for a fact, is being reprinted. I have some on order. They're supposed to be here, I thought, at the end of 2020, but circumstances being what they are, they're going to come sometime after that. So hopefully they will be on their way to us in the next few weeks, if not the next few weeks, the next month or two, depending on global shipping circumstances and the like. Okay, next question. Dylan Perry asks, congrats on the awesome stream last week, Nick. I'm glad you're getting some help in the warehouse finally. Do you all have a recycling option at the new warehouse for the excess cardboard and plastic from shipping? This is a great question, something I don't get to talk about too often, but we do recycle all the incoming cardboard we get. The local town, the transfer station, they actually allow businesses to recycle cardboard for free, and it's literally like one number up the road. We're at 209, they're at like 210 or something. So it's super easy. I got a pickup truck. Once every week or two, I throw tons of cardboard in the back. I amaze the transfer station attendant at how much cardboard I have, and then I drop it off. Plastic and really any trash, pretty much anything that I can't dispose of in terms of that cardboard, I usually actually bring home because we don't go through that much trash here. We're not doing that much, and so I usually bring that home rather than pay for dumpster access and stuff. And so like any normal recycling, I actually bring home and recycle at home. Yeah, there's not too much plastic involved in shipping to us. Most of our suppliers use paper for void fill, and so you don't tend to find a ton of plastic. All right, next question. Daniel Lopez asks, are you planning to add more Hexagear kits to your store? Do you have even more, or hope you have even more success in 2021? So thank you, Daniel. I hope I have more success in 2021 as well. Things are off to a great start, so hopefully it continues that way. Hexagear and all the Kotobukiya stuff, we do plan on adding more of at some point. Like I mentioned earlier, space has been a big thing for me lately. And so it's that constant trade-off of, do I spend money and have money tied up in product that might move slower and take up space to add more selection versus put it into things that I know are moving faster. And a lot of that's guessing anyway. So I do plan on placing those orders. I'm kind of weighing it off against having space and knowing I've got a ton of stuff to pay for with existing orders. So hopefully in the next few weeks maybe, and I use maybe lightly or not with a lot of confidence because I just don't know, but I do plan on placing those orders again. But you'll notice if you do look at Kotobukiya product on our website, I have some stuff where I've got kits that I have bought over a year ago and not a single one is sold. And I'll have to work on trying to clear those out, but there's not as much margin on Kotobukiya from what I've seen, which makes it harder to clearance things out and stuff. But it's in the works. It should happen at some point. I just need to get more time and get more space, which should hopefully be happening in the near future. All right, I think that's all I got for questions. That's all I got for the video. I'll try to keep this one short and sweet. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time. Later.